Hi, and welcome along to AFTV News Daily. I hope you guys have had yourself a fantastic day. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. Now, we got Claude. He's come back now. I was right just as the show was about to start. Me and him been talking off air and that, and his stream went down. But I'm hoping that we got him back. Claude, you back?
Oh man, what's going on tonight, man? Sorry, mate. I pressed the wrong button there. Sorry about that.
You pressed the wrong
button. I've had enough. It was on Terry's show earlier, and it's I don't know what's going on. Let's hope it goes all right, and let's carry on. Let's hope. Let's pray to the Lord. Pray to the Lord.
How you been today?
Okay, I mean, it's I'm getting used to it. As I said, I lost a good friend on Wednesday. Was it Thursday? I think I'm even losing track of the days. So it took me a couple of days to recover. I didn't do anything on my channel for a couple of days, but I feel a bit better now. It's hard. It's hard to see all even people that you know now dying as well. It's difficult to take, but life goes on. We have to go on. We have to carry on, and we have to talk about the Arsenal.
We have to talk about the Arsenal, and good news because they're back. They're back. You know, at least they're back at the training ground today. I mean, all right, it's not like they're back for a full training session, but they were back today. They were, able to come in and train. They had to come in on their own and leave on their own. They had to train on their own, but they allowed them in like 5 at a time, and they were able to train on a football pitch with a ball at their feet. And that's like a first step towards them returning back to training. So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's good. It's good to see, but I think we need to be very cautious on this, on the whole thing, because I think we need to keep it till at least July before we make any sort of. Although I'm hearing June they're trying to get it back to mid-June or early June, but I think we need to be a bit more cautious. Lives are important, but it's a good start that they're training. They were training in about groups of 5, aren't they, at the moment?
Well, when they say groups of 5, that means that 5 people can come in at a time to the training ground. So 5 people can come in at a time, do their training, but separately, do their training and leave separately, and come in separately, leave separately. So that's how they're doing it at the moment.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and at the end of the day, it's a slow process, but at the end of the day, we've got to be patient. The most important thing is to get it all right, get the whole thing to a certain level, and then we get back to normal again. But we mustn't rush it. We must be patient, because at the end of the day, lives are more important, and we don't want to lose more and more and more. But apparently, the death rates are coming down. We've gone past the real height, so but we need to get it really, really down. I'm hearing about lockdowns being relaxed. I'd rather they keep this lockdown going for another few weeks. I know it's hard for people, but we need to be safe. We need to be sure. I'd rather they, even if it takes us to October, November. At the end of the day, we need to be sure. I don't care. I don't care, honestly. At the moment, I've got used to it now, and we've got to be patient. What's more important, your life, people's lives, or sitting indoors for another few months?
Yeah,
I think it's more important we sit indoors. Listen, people look at the people that went through the World War. They went through a long time for the World War. So let's be patient. Let's all get together. We can all watch our TV. We can all stick with our family. We can get used to it, and then when we come out, we can all have a beer together.
You sound like a politician right now. I'm thinking it's like, that thing that they have at like 5 o'clock when they address the nation. You sound like you're on that. Hold on, and this is the same Claude that last week I saw you was on that stream that me and you was on. Where actually, and I've got to ask you about this. What you make of the Pepe? The Pepe being out. You also had David Luiz and Jack are not social distancing. You had
my mate David Luiz.
Hold on a second. According to you, last week on that stream, right? Anybody caught out that shouldn't be out there, they should be shot on sight. You said.
On sight, I think. I think hold on. Pepe has got a big family around him, so I'm assuming Pepe was with his family and people that he knew. So I don't think there's a problem there. With David Luiz, as he said hello to me on Instagram, I'm not going to complain.
Oh no! So that's it. Voice of reason's changed now. Eh? Friends with David Luiz, so now you ain't going to say nothing bad about it.
I'm turning into troops tonight. I'll take
not shooting all them.
It's watching all them troops videos. I'm turning into him now. Anyway. I'm only joking. Wise, I think Luiz was a bit naughty there, but I'm sure he regrets it. But I don't know.
Not shoot on sight, like you said last week. That soldiers should be out on the street, and anybody who breaks the rules should be shot on sight. That's what you said last week.
Mustafi, I'd have said shoot on sight there, but
by the way,
I'm only joking.
Transfer.
I think they were with family and friends anyway, so I don't think that makes much difference. It's when you're going out to people you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, rule for one, not for the other. We're going to get into some transfer here. Joseph Connor Golden was saying, "Hi, Robbie. Would you sell Lacazette to get Partey?" I don't want to sell Lacazette. You would. You sell Lacazette?
No, he's on one. Well, we've got two strikers that have got 1 year left on their contracts. You have to choose between the two. I'd rather keep Aubameyang. And Lacazette would be a good option because I think he wanted to be at Atletico Madrid in the first place. And Thomas Partey gives us that solution in midfield, doesn't he? So, yes, it would be a great swap.
Okay, what about the rumours today about Willian? The possibility that Arsenal could bring. What are you going like that for? Arsenal could bring Willian on a free.
I agree. I think he's a top player, but he's coming to the end. But we've got players in that position, haven't we? It's not a position we need filling. And it's can you imagine we give them Aubameyang, Chelsea, and then he comes to. How would you feel, Robbie? Honestly, wouldn't you feel a bit? Come on.
That'd be terrible. But would you?
We don't need him.
You don't need him.
He's a good player, but we don't need him. I think our midfield. We need a defensive midfielder and defenders. We don't need Bedlam. We got Pepe. We got Martinelli. We got all these players, and you're stopping Smith Rowe. All these players coming through. Why do we need someone that's about to come? You know, we're not a bloody retirement home, are we? Would you say we're not a retirement? That's West Ham. Now we're becoming a retirement home. Jesus.
So you're definitely against the Willian thing.
No, because also I don't think he's going to have that hunger that he had at Chelsea, right? And it happened with Czech. He came to us. Oh, he wasn't too bad, but he wasn't the same player anymore, was he? Come on, I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. I don't want cast-offs. No, simple.
So 100% you, Willian.
No, because at the end of the day we don't need him. If we needed him, I'd say yes because he's free. But do we need him? I'm going to ask people in the chat box. Do we need him?
I'll tell you what it is, right, Claude. What some people were suggesting this morning, they were saying, right, you could possibly play Willian on one side, Pepe, and then Lacazette down the middle, or you could play Willian, Pepe, Martinelli down the middle, and use the money that we get from Aubameyang on something else. That's what some people were suggesting.
See, there's another problem. How much are we going to get from Aubameyang with all this crisis going on? What, 30 million? Is it worth it? I'd rather run the contract down, wouldn't you?
So you rather than just contract run down?
Yeah, but how much are we going to get for Aubameyang, do you think? What do you think we're going to get for Aubameyang?
I think you are right. We wouldn't get a lot. In comparison to what we would have got pre the coronavirus crisis, I think you'd be looking at like a 50 million for Aubameyang, because you've got to look at his age and you've got to look at the fact that he's only got a year left at the end of the season. I think with the coronavirus crisis, it'd be even less.
See, I would tend to say, have a little word with Aubameyang and say, just sign another year on top of your other year and see how we go with that. So then we'll have a little sort of release clause that at the end of the year, if you want to leave, and then that's the way I would look at it. I'm hearing, like they did with Van Persie, and this never ever came out. We're only hearing about it now. They're not even offering him a contract yet. So what's going on there?
Yeah,
why are we offering him a contract? I'm just hearing that, and don't say it's not happening, because with Van Persie never got offered a contract.
That's
we're coming down that road again. We're coming down that road again, Robbie.
That's according to Van Persie, though, isn't it? I mean, he was saying that because he did.
Yeah, but I if you ask me, why would he say it? Why would he make that lie up? Why would he say he wasn't offered a contract?
You know, the thing with that Van Persie, the thing with that Van Persie thing is a bit strategic, isn't it? It's like they never put a contract down on the table. Is that because they knew that he was no way he was going to sign it? I mean,
you still got to offer it, though, haven't you?
Yeah, but
still offer it, didn't you?
But is it worth offering if you know that somebody ain't going to sign it? You know, I'm
not sure. I think you're too much in these people's pockets, man. I'm sorry. I don't agree.
The man who said about he's not David Luiz because he sent him a nice message on Twitter. I'm sorry, mate. Not me.
I was joking about that. But what I'm trying to say, what I was trying to say is that I don't believe, and I remember the Cole situation where they offered him this, then they took it away from him, and then he decided to leave. We got Van Persie. Then there's the Adebayor. They're not all liars. They can't be all liars. Said he wasn't offered a contract, and then he went. They can't be all liars. They can't be all liars. I don't trust anyone in this football club, mate. They can't be all liars.
Would you say that the guys that are running it now, though, are doing a better job? Or you can see, because we are kind of at this situation again, but would you say that they're an improvement on Gazidis, or that they're basically doing the same thing? I mean, are you seeing that they're trying to at least get the right deals done?
The only thing I will say, and I don't trust with this guy, is that he uses a certain agent, and I'm not sure whether he's in with this agent, specific agent for certain players. So I'm gonna hold my thing on this. I'm not 100% convinced with him. Like the other mug that we had before. I mean, as I said, he should have been on Gazidis, should have been on Crime Watch. You know what I mean? As I said, I'm sorry. How can you? Listen, let's put it this way: you have the opportunity to buy Kante at 32 million, or Mustafi. Granit Xhaka at 34, and you plan for Granit Xhaka. Do I need to say any more?
Actually, if you
do I need to say any more for that?
No, you know what, right? They said the real reason why they didn't buy Kante is because the agents were asking for some ridiculous fees.
I don't. You believe it? You can say they can tell you what you want to hear, mate. I don't trust a word that Gazidis says. Anyone that buys even Gary Neville warned us about Mustafi when he was at Valencia. So he warned us, and we didn't take any warning. So we paid 35 million for Mustafi, yet we could have got Van Dijk for 12 million. Now, do your maths there, mate. Do your maths. I'm sick of this regime, man. A whole lot of them.
I'm glad you've come on in a good mood tonight, mate. You know what I mean?
No. I'm telling you, mate. I'm telling you. I say it as it is. I'm not having this good mood or bad moods. Anyway.
All right, we're going to get into some comments, right? Because it's so many comments coming in, as they always do. I have to say, this is one of the funniest comments I've seen tonight, right? This guy says,
I know.
The Vaseline on his camera.
Hold on.
Hey, that looks better. That actually looks clearer. Maybe you did have Vaseline on it.
No, you know what it is? I think I was having toast this morning. I think I fucking put the butter on it.
Are you serious?
Maybe. You know what I'm like. Is that better?
That looks better now. Well, it did a minute ago. It looks better. All right. But yeah, that was a very, very funny comment. Let's get this one to Claude and Robbie. This one's coming from Kyle. If you could sign any player, who would it be?
Because at this present moment, Wilfred Ndidi.
Ndidi. Okay. Oh. Okay. This guy asks us the opposite question. He says, Claude, what player at Arsenal would you sell right now? Like now?
Have you got another hour? What player? You mean players? Yeah.
All right, because I think a guy asked me the similar question the other day. You can get rid of one player right now from Arsenal's team. Who would that be?
Socrates. Send him back to the Greek Taverna where he was working.
Socrates ain't been that bad.
Socrates, well,
out of all the players, he's been the one you choose.
Yeah, goodbye. See you later. I watched him in a pre-season friendly, right, against Boreham Wood, and he got ripped at Boreham Wood. And I said to I think it was next to the judges at the time, right, because he says he's a good judge. Oh, I don't know about that. But I said to the judges at the time, I said, he's got ripped by that guy from Boreham Wood. He's got ripped. Did you saw the game? You watched the game. This is when we won 8-0, and the guy left him for dead. I thought, God, Jesus. Yeah, and I said from that day, I said, I don't know. No, I'm not convinced. No, sorry. Socrates.
There's quite a few people here suggesting Ozil.
I think Ozil divides the fan base, and he does divide the fan base. What we'll say is that he has the talent, but he's not producing it. He's not just producing it. The last couple of years, he's not been. I think he's come to an end now, but I do think there's a lot of Ozil FC like fan base that once he goes, that they'll all follow. You know what I'm saying? Once he goes somewhere else, you notice a lot of Arsenal Twitter will go to another club. So that's how I look at it. Anyway.
Okay, here's another question here from Mr. A. He says, when football returns, will Claude finally appreciate football and stop moaning?
What do you mean moaning? I don't know. Do you think I moan? No. Do you know what? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this lockdown. At least we're not getting beat or getting draws. I'm enjoying the lockdown. Go on. Next.
All right. So there's a comment. That's
the problem with our fan base, right? Let's say I moan, right? Because they haven't got I got high standards. I want us to be up there. They don't. That's what the standards. They've got no standards, and that's why I moan. because I got high standards. I want to compete at the top. Yeah, anyway, go on, carry on.
This guy he's not happy with you, Socrates. He says Socrates scores important goals.
Yeah,
and he has this season. He has scored a few.
And look at the goals that contributed at the other end because of him. Yeah. Absolutely rubbish.
El just says, "Hi guys."
It's time that he goes back to smashing plates. I think
El just says, "Hi guys, Claude, do you miss Ty? Where is he?
Yeah,
and keep
like
up
a hole in the head. Like a hole in the head." I don't know. I spoke to Ty the other day. He's a bit down at the moment. He said he doesn't want to do anything because it's one, he can't operate a phone or. He makes me look like Bill Gates, to be honest with you. And so that's a problem. But other he doesn't. He's seen all these people dying. He doesn't want to get involved on.
I spoke to him last week. Though he was going to come on twice. He was going to come on, but like you said, this guy, I don't know what is up with this guy and technology, man. Like,
it makes me.
I said to him, I go, Ty, all you got to do is click on a link. That's it.
Yeah.
And he couldn't.
Yeah. Because he's clueless, isn't he? He's fucking bloody clueless.
Oh my God. There's a guy saying, Robbie, void the season so he can get the Champions League. But for you, the voiding season thing, do you think that's done now? Do you think that we definitely will finish this season? Now that you see Arsenal players starting to, even though it's tentative, but starting to go back to training, do you think we're definitely going to see the season completed?
Yeah, the only thing I can see is either behind closed doors or use the Duckworth-Lewis mode. What about Duckworth-Lewis mode in cricket, right? In football, can you have a Duckworth-Lewis? No.
I don't think we do too well on the Duckworth-Lewis.
Well, no, you can't be biased. But I mean, that's the only thing I can suggest. I mean, I don't think we'll be even going to the football grounds for another year. Rob.
No,
I really don't. I think
a
lot of football is going to be behind closed doors until 2021. I really don't see it. Sadly, the way it is, mate.
I hope you're wrong. Tomby says, Claude, realistically, we're at least 5 years away from challenging again. Would you agree with that?
Football. You say that, but football can change within a year. It depends where you get the recruitment right. You just got one magical year. It can just turn just straight. I mean, Liverpool. Look at Liverpool, for example, when Rodgers left and Klopp took over. They thought in the first couple of seasons didn't go too well, and suddenly it all clicked into place. So it's a bit harsh to say 5. Probably 10, actually. Anyway, all right. Next.
This guy says, Claude, which Arsenal game has been the most devastating to watch under Emery and under Arteta?
Oh, fucking! Don't get me started on him. Old Dick. Oh my God. Emery is the reason why my blood pressure's gone very high. I thought I've got over the worst when Wenger left and then he come along. Worst devastating to watch under which game was? I think it's got to be the Brighton game. I think that was the. Yeah,
that's where we lost the Champions League, really, isn't it?
I'll take that back. I'll take that back. When I was the first, never mind any other Turk going on about it, I was the first to want him out. After Baku, he should have gone after that. That was
to be fair, you did say after Baku that you think he should have.
There is a certain Turk who said he was the first. I was the first, mate.
Who said they were the first?
There's a certain Turkish guy who said it. He was the first. The flip flop. You know what I'm talking about.
That was a devastating.
Baku, I said. And actually, Robbie, if you remember rightly, I actually pressed my doubts after that unbeaten run. You know that unbeaten run where it came to an end, and you all stood there laughing at me, and I said, he's not an elite manager. Do you remember that? And you all laughed around me. I put it there. I'm not.
So what's your view?
It was a great call, but I had to say at the time I didn't think he was right for the job.
What do you think of Arteta then?
I need to see him a bit more. At the moment, he's all right, but the problem is, I think he's a bit of a lucky manager, though. I think he's getting results. We're not playing that great, and we're getting results. I'll have to watch over the summer what he does. And mind you, I don't know what he's going to bring in and what he's taking out. I can't judge him yet. I'm on the fence with him. I'm on the fence.
Harry asked, what's going on with Aubameyang's transfer talks? Apparently, we've backed out. Now, that is a rumor. I've seen that. I've read that rumor where that come from. There's no substance to it whatsoever. So the truth of the matter is nobody knows.
Not even true. Not even true.
Nobody knows what's happening at the moment. Do you think he'll stay, or do you think he'll go?
I think he'll extend his contract for another year. I've got this feeling that Arsenal cannot afford to let him go. I think they will just pull out something and let him. There might be another extra year on his contract. I think he'll stay. I'm hoping. I hope he stays, because if he goes, we're in a lot of trouble. But unless, what I'm trying to say, if he does go, it's got to be for a lot of money, and we've got you cannot buy a striker to replace him. Who's Timo Werner? How much is he going to cost?
This guy Zoe says, "Hi Claude." Zoe Lane, sorry, says, "Hi Claude. Which game hurt more, losing to Tottenham or Man United, the 8-2, or the Bayern 10-2 over aggregate?"
Which Tottenham game is he talking about?
I don't know which Tottenham game he's talking about.
Every Tottenham defeat is hard to take.
Let's take the Tottenham out of it. Which one was worse, the 8-2 or the Bayern Munich, the 2-5-1s that we got like twice?
I'll tell you what. I mean, do you remember that 5-1 defeat in Bayern? We were there, weren't we?
Terrible.
What hurt me was that announcer. You know, when they kept scoring.
Yeah.
He was taking the right mick, wasn't he? Taking the right piss.
Yeah.
Every goal he was going in, he was taking the right piss.
He's going on. Bayern Munich 3. Arsenal of London.
And then they're going, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. Ha, 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 ha. You know, that same announcer, they had that same announcer when they played Tottenham as well. And he was doing the same thing as well.
And up until half time, I thought we were competing with them in that game. And then it all just went astray in that second half.
Yeah, we got battered.
The United game, I think we had a lot of players. There was a lot going around.
Yeah, there's a lot of players missing. Remember, we had loads of injuries. They literally like a youth team, wasn't it? But still, 8-2 was a disgrace, man.
Yeah, it was disgrace. But the only thing I will say is that was when, just before the transfer market, then the panic buy came, didn't it? All after that, didn't it? We started panic buy, and we bought players. Oh, well.
I think it was Arteta we bought in at that time. Was it Arteta was one of those? Yeah. So, it did enable us to buy some players, but again,
no, I don't know. I'm just saying. I think the Bayern really hurt because I thought we were. I think there was a lot of emotion on that night. I remember DT's interview. I remember Troops' interview. They were really going in, and I done my one at Luton on the way back because there wasn't enough time, wasn't it? I remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had to get on a flight. To get back. Yeah. That did hurt. That one hurt. That hurt. Not bad. Hovik says, much love from Armenia. So thank you very much. We've got people watching from Armenia. Danny, who's a Leeds fan, says, Claude, do you like Leeds?
Yes, I do like Leeds. I've got a lot of time for Leeds. I remember the lead side of the 70s with Billy Bremner, Johnny Giles, fantastic team. I've got a lot of time, although they did mess us up on two occasions in '99 and in 2003. But I've always got a lot of time for Leeds, and I think they've got great support team, and they are a Premiership team. They are a Premiership club.
Of course, if the season gets voided or whatever, they won't come back. They won't come up.
I think I think he was a bit too early. Who was it? Who was the guy that was not in charge of O'Leary, not the director? Who was it? The chairman?
Oh, is it Peter?
Ridsdale.
Peter Ridsdale. Yeah, Peter Ridsdale.
I think he was a bit too ambitious at the time, and it was a brave thing he done, but he put them in more trouble. But I always respect him.
Brave thing. He absolutely ruined the club. Doing brave thing.
He's the
reason why
he was trying to get them up, but it fell apart in the end. But what I'm trying to say, he done a brave thing, but it didn't go right for him. But
Jib says, well, there's one for you, Claude. It's just turned into a Q&A, but it's brilliant. Claude, your most memorable AFTV fan cam?
Swansea away. I put to the cleaners.
I remember that. Yeah, you and Ty. Oh my God, that is a classic. That is a classic. Leicester fan opinion says Werner.
I love Werner.
Werner or Lacazette?
I don't know how much will we have to pay for Werner? I mean, roughly.
Werner would be about, you're talking 50 million plus.
I'll take him, mate. He's good. He's definitely.
You know what? I like Jimenez though. I think he's a very good, underrated player. You know that Jimenez at Wolves.
No, but I've seen that Werner on FIFA. He's good. No, I think he's good.
Okay, on FIFA. I didn't know you was a FIFA aficionado.
Oh, you have to watch League Judges. Not League Judge, League Gun on FIFA, mate. He's doing it all the time, mate.
Victor says, would you sell Aubameyang for 50 million plus and use it to buy Werner? Get Fraser on a free. So
I don't know Fraser.
You're not having Fraser?
No,
Fraser from Bournemouth.
No. What do we need him for? What is this rubbish going? Forget it. Mind you, is he on a free?
With Fraser?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on a free, yeah.
I suppose we could put him in if we need him for League Cup, Carabao Cup, I think. He's on 10 grand a week. We'll put him on for Carabao Cup, isn't it? Anyway.
This one's not clicking up on the screen, but it's from Trent. He's a super chat. He says, this might be a stretch, but how many signings would we need to compete for the league next season?
For the league?
Yeah.
10.
10.
You said for the league, challenge for the league.
Yeah.
10 signings. Come on, let's be honest. Now we've got to be honest, man. I mean, maybe for top four, not so much, but for the league, it's a challenge for the league.
All right, this is what Robin says there. Claude, what should we do with Ceballos in the summer?
I like Ceballos, but I'm not sure Arteta does. I'm not sure if Arteta likes him. And I'm not sure whether he wants to stay at Arsenal. If he's committed, I'd love to have him. I'd love to keep him. But the player's got to be committed to the club for me. So it's a hard one to ask, question to answer.
Tanmeet says, Claude, who do you think is the best manager?
Out of who?
I don't know. He just says the best manager. So let's say Premier League. Who's the best manager in the Premier League?
I'd say I'm going to go for Klopp because I think Klopp's done an amazing job. Klopp. But I think the guy from Sheffield United, for what the resources he's done this season, has got to be, for me, Incredible.
What about Pep? You ain't mentioned Pep.
Pep as well, but Pep has got money to. But I haven't said that Pep doesn't waste his money. So I just give Klopp the edge.
Yeah, it's true what you said there about Pep, because a lot of people always talk about how much money he has at his disposal, which is true, but he seems to always spend money wisely.
Yeah. He hasn't wasted it, has he? He's not wasted. There's a lot of managers that get a lot of money and they waste it, and he hasn't wasted it.
I mean, what do you on that? On that money stuff. By the way, Turkish is on it. He just Turkish just said, "What have I missed?"
What do you mean? What have I missed? What's he?
You were dissing him earlier, isn't it? He was dissing Turkish earlier. So Turkish.
No, what have I? No, never missed. When did I miss? No.
What you said about Turkish? You said it. You said that you was the first person to say about the manager. That's what you say there.
Well, if Turkish can tell you he wanted Emery out before by Baku, then I'll take it back. I never diss Turkish unless he's Greek. Turkish is not Greek, is it? I'm only
joking. I know you didn't diss Turkish. I'm only joking. You know me trying to make trouble as usual.
It's a nice guy too.
Here's a nice one. Pogbrat says, "Claude, is Ty your boyfriend?" Don't answer.
No comment.
Oh boy, they'd be really funny today.
Ty was into alternatives. Anyway, go on.
Bertrand says, "Claude, would you get a Spurs tattoo if Arsenal?" I think what he's saying here, get a Spurs tattoo if Arsenal won the title. If someone said to you, right, if Arsenal win the title, you've got to get a Spurs tattoo, would you do it? So would you get a Spurs tattoo knowing that would result in Arsenal winning the title?
Ooh, that's a difficult one. If you give me the Champions League as well, I might do it, but not.
Cameron Jones says, "Robbie, thoughts on Main Road, Manchester City's old ground. Did you ever go?" I did. You remember
great atmosphere. You know what? Don't park your car within fucking 100 yards of it though, because you won't find any wheels on it.
Actually, Liverpool, Anfield.
No, Man City, man. I remember coming out of Main Road and some guy come here, give us a tenner, we'll protect your car.
I remember that.
Main Road. That was at Main Road. Give us a tenner, you'll protect your car.
I remember I parked at Villa one year. Parked outside Villa. There's a couple of little moody areas near Aston Villa's
ground. Watch where you're coughing, mate. Watch where you're coughing.
And I parked my car at Villa, and these kids came over and they go, "Yeah, we're going to watch your car." So I said, "What are we watching? My car's all right, man." He goes, "No, we're going to watch your car." He goes, "Give us a tenner and we'll watch your car for you." So I said, "Okay." I go, "Where do you live then?" Because I go, how do I know you're going to be watching it? He goes, No, we just live at that house there. I said, "All right." I go, "Anything happens to my car, I'm coming there." And I just walked off and left him. Here's one. This is Joshua Matthew. He says, "Robbie, Claude, over the next decade or two, do you see Arsenal could never be challenging for the league, let alone winning it?" Yeah, we'll challenge again. I think it's like what Claude said, isn't it?
It depends if something comes out from nowhere. You don't know, do you?
It's like you said with Liverpool. Would anybody? You know what? I was watching. Funny enough, I was watching like an old game today. I think it was Chelsea were playing Liverpool, and some of the players that were playing for Liverpool, like Moreno and all these guys, all of them are gone. And I was like, that was just a few seasons ago. I think that game was in 2014 or something like that. And to see where they've come now, so it just shows you that, but it takes the right planning. It really does take the right planning. And that's what we're going to have to wait and see, how that happens.
Yeah, you know what? But with Liverpool, they've been clever because they got Coutinho. How much did they get for Coutinho?
Well, they got over, got over 100 million for that.
And how many games did he play for Barcelona before he was kicked out? They got lucky on that, yeah. And you pay. They got the money for that. And they've invested it properly, not like us. Let contracts run down and then go for nothing. They got 120 from. If we were clever and really clever, because I'm not 100% Ramsey. Everyone goes mad about Ramsey, but we could have got 40, 50 million for Ramsey if we were clever and invested in it. But we never. We let it run down. This is the whole point. There's no people that run our football club are not doing their job properly. You know what I'm saying? So they got 120 million for Coutinho. So I say no more.
Nino says thoughts on Mari signing a permanent contract. I think we've got a good one. Pablo Mari.
Oh. No. Yeah, maybe, hopefully, yeah. But let's.
So you don't say that with a lot of confidence.
Well,
how can you judge? How can you?
Man City was rated not good enough. Went to Spain and didn't get, and then was rated not good. He's played one good game against Liverpool, and then suddenly he's one of the best centre halves in the world. I don't know. I mean,
no, hold on, wait a minute. He had a good.
No, come on. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to say. I'm just trying to look at it.
Yeah, the way you're making that sound. Remember the guy? He went to Flamengo, and he was like the best centre back in Brazilian football, and they won the league, the Copa de Libertadores, or however you pronounce that, which I could never. They got to the Super Cup final. He was brilliant in that. I mean, it's not just like a one-off game. You know what I mean? And
what I'm trying to say is that when he played in the Premier League, he wasn't rated good enough, and Arteta was there at the time, so he was gone. Then he went to Spain, and he ended up playing. He didn't even play. Did he play? Who did he play for in Spain? And he didn't make it in Spain. He's gone to Brazil, where defending is not really an art, is it? They're attacking football in Brazil. So I'll leave it. I'll wait and see.
Okay. GTMC says we're erecting a statue for Claude in Ireland. He's loved here. Stay safe, Don Robbie and Claude.
Thank you very much. Loved Ireland when we went over there. I loved it.
Yeah, you loved the Guinness.
No, it's not good for you.
Talking of that statue, erecting a statue thing. Wenger, the statue that they're planning to erect, deserves it.
Lucky not have a prison sentence after what happened there with that Gazidis. And my bloody statue.
He deserves of course he deserves a statue, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So does Rocky. So does George Graham. George Graham deserves a statue as well. Why hasn't George Graham got a statue?
Well, remember how he left. He's not going to get a statue because of it.
Yeah, how he left. He's still a big part. 1970, won a double as Arsenal. Then he won 2 league titles, won a European trophy, which Mr. Wenger failed in winning. So why isn't George Graham haven't got a statue?
It's how he left, Claude. Have you forgotten?
Yeah. Well, we don't know the full in there.
And then not only that, he went to Tottenham.
Aye.
Then he went and managed Tottenham, and you want to give him a statue?
Yeah, and how long did he last there? And he fucked them up as well. So I'm glad.
He actually won something, and he won a trophy for him when he went there. Actually,
never respected him there anyway. They called him the man with the raincoat. So no, I'm sorry.
Guy says George stole some money, but Wenger robbed Arsenal for 10 years.
Look how much, 10 million a year. You're saying Graham is a thief. 10 million a year to bring in Mustafi, Xhaka, and all that crap. Come on, let's get it right.
No, you got to have full respect to Wenger. He revolutionised Arsenal. It's all right saying. I don't like when people do that.
No, I do. No.
What about Thierry Henry? What about
Robbie? What I'm trying to say is it's not all plain sailing. If he'd have left at a certain time, he would have got the freedom of Islington for me. But he didn't. And all this mess we're in today is down to him and that useless bloke. I don't know where he's from, but he's now at AC Milan. And I'll tell you what, he don't want to pull any more tricks there, mate, because he won't be there long, mate. I tell you, they don't mess about in Italy. I'll tell you.
As an Italian, I suppose you're gonna get onto your mob connections over there.
The horse's head. They might find a horse's head next to him. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
I'll never forget. Do you know what, Rob? That gets that really. I'll never forget that kit launch, mate. I'll never forget that kit launch. It's Mo. I love Mo to death. Don't get me wrong. I love Mo. And that Ginger Chris sitting there. Oh, Ivan, thank you so much for what you've given to our football club. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love you. I love you, Ivan. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, do me a favour.
I thought he was about, like, the other day you were trying to accuse me of sucking up to him then. When I
think you stood up. I thought you was going to get involved in it, but you never. I must give you.
Mate. Robbie, what do you think the possibility of signing Partey out of 10? 5.
I think it's a possible deal if Lacazette goes to Atletico, and I think that deal could get done because the money that's about, I think that can get done. Because if you think about it, right, Lacazette wanted to join Atletico because of the transfer. He came to us, yeah, and we're grateful because in the first couple of years I thought he was really good, and I love Lacazette because he does put 100% in, but it's not happening for him here.
I mean, man has one bad year now, and everyone wants to run him out. Though.
No. I like it. Nobody. I like Lacazette. I like him. I like him a lot. And I was really horrified when the way he was treated after the Tottenham game when he missed that chance in the Tottenham game. They all really gave him a lot of stick. Do you remember? I really felt for him then. But the problem is his confidence has gone and he might need a new challenge somewhere else. And I think he can be really good in Spain, of knocking goals in Spain, while we get what we really need. So it works out.
This guy said an agent said that Kroenke wanted to transfer 100 million to the Arsenal in the winter, but because of the Man City ban, he did not. Is there any possibility to have money in the summer? Well, that's news to me on that one. Transferring on 100 million in. I didn't. Did you hear anything like that? I don't remember nothing like that. Huh?
But I don't blame Kroenke for all this. Everyone goes on about Kroenke. It's not Kroenke's fault. All this. It's the recruitment. The recruitment's been poor.
Yeah, but then he's the guy.
I think we need to educate a few of you on here because you're all going on about Kroenke. Kroenke doesn't get no money. But listen, it's not about the. If he gives you Kroenke, we need 35 million here, and then he spends it on Mustafi instead of no, not Mustafi. Let's go another Xhaka instead of Kante. Is it Kroenke's fault? No, it's the recruitment. It's the recruitment's fault.
Yeah, but who hires the recruitment? He hired them,
innit? But and who gave him the shares in the first place? And it boils down to Nina Bracewell-Smith sold her shares to him.
Get over it. You're always going on about that Nina Bracewell-Smith thing. I mean,
she's the one
she's come out since
she destroyed it in a way.
A bit harsh. That's a bit harsh. She's come out and she said if she would have known now what she's seen, she wouldn't have sold it. She wouldn't have known it.
It's too late, isn't it, to say that? She took the money, my friend. She took the money. She took the money. No,
you can't.
Do this. Someone offers you this sort of money. I'll take the money. Oh no, I wish I never took it. Yeah, bullshit. Do me a favour. Yeah, go on.
Of course, it's the owner's fault.
Well,
Right?
give me a reason.
And this guy says it's not recruitment, also a curse.
Robbie, when you was a kid, right, and your dad gives you 100 quid to go out and get something, if you spend it on the wrong stuff, right, is it your dad's fault that? Is it your dad's fault at the time that you spent it on the?
That's a bit different. That's not the right scenario.
No. Of course, it's not different. It's not different. It's not different. At the end of the day, Kroenke knows fuck all about football, and what it is, he's giving him the money, the trust in these people to spend the money in the right places. That's what he's giving them the money. He gives the money to them, and he's putting their trust in them. If they fuck up, then they're the ones that should be going. And good, what he did do, because he was out the door. And if
look how long he took to do. Look how long he took to do. Let me put it this way, right? Let me put it this way, Claude. Right? So you own a business, right? It's your business, and I'm working for you, right? And the same £100 you're talking about, you give me £100, right? Over a few years, over several years. Hold on.
We're not trusting you.
And I mess up. Not once, not twice, several times in the transfer market or whether I'm buying. What, do you keep him just employing me year in, year out?
He's not here now.
Huh?
That's why he's not here. And that's why
listen, what was happening was year in, year out, us as fans could see we're not buying the right players, right? But Stan Kroenke, the owner of the club, because he saw year in, year out we were getting to the Champions League and we were getting money, he accepted it. He was not trying to win it. You know what I mean? I remember one time a fan even tackled him and said, what do you want to do? And he remember he came out that time and he said, it's not about winning.
Kroenke give to our board this year? 72 million. Yeah?
Yeah, now, but you know, I mean, look how long
I like Pepe, but what was our main concern this year? Was it Pepe or was it a defender?
Defender.
Right. So who he's giving him that money? Why isn't this Raul said, well, I want a top class defender, like someone like Upamecano? How much would he have cost Upamecano?
If you could,
what I'm trying to say to you is, he's giving him that money, but that money wasn't. He gives them the money, but if they're not accessing that money in the right places, then they have to take that. They have to take.
If I've got someone in my business that's not delivering, I get rid of them. I wouldn't take ages.
That's the only fault I've got with him. He should get rid of them. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but he took too long. He had them there. When fans were saying, what are these players we've been? But it's been going on for years, Claude. And he, as the owner, he accepted it. So he's to blame as well.
I'm not saying he's not responsible, but I'm saying the main responsibility is for the people that are actually spending his money as well. They've got to be the more responsible than he is, because they're spending his money, but they're not doing their job properly. So what I'm trying to say is, if we get this Nigerian geezer in, right, what's his name?
Dangote.
Right, Dangote, and he puts 500 million. Spend it, 500 million, and they spend it on 500 million of trash. Right? Who's going to blame? Dangote.
All right.
What I'm trying to say is, people saying he don't invest in the club. Right? He don't invest.
He ain't really. Up until recently, he hasn't invested enough. Abnisar says, watching from the USA, I like Robbie talks about the reality of Arsenal, and I do agree with him that Kroenke isn't alone to be blamed. The recruiters are the ones to be blamed. And he says, Ramadan Mubarak to all Muslims. So there you go. There's somebody supporting you there.
Of course, because I'm the voice of reason. I'm the voice of reason. You're a great presenter, and I agree with you. But when it comes to talking facts, I'm the voice of reason. There we go.
Oh, right. What time we got? I'm gonna get a few more in, Claude. A few more in. This has been really,
here, mate. Go on, let's go.
It's been really interesting. Getting your opinions on things.
By the way, before I say my fee for tonight will go to the NHS. Is that all right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Fee. Elliot says, greetings from Toronto. Great show.
I'm winding you up, Robbie.
What do you think of the job Arteta is doing thus far?
As I say, he's doing okay. He's steadied it a bit. Whether he can take us to that extra next level remains to be seen, but time will tell.
So it sounds like you're sort of saying like another.
No, I'm not saying Dick yet. I'm not saying Dick Emery's the second or whatever. I'm just saying at the moment he's doing okay, but can he take us to that next level? We shall see.
All right. Trent says, what hurts me most is when Alexis chose us over Liverpool. I thought that would be us going for bigger things, but since then we've gone downhill. Can't argue with that, really.
Yeah. Alexis. Very tired.
Lone Star Londoner from Austin, Texas says, worst Arsenal defenders in 50 years. Which defenders that are young and have potential to perform in the Premier League can we realistically buy? But we've got Saliba coming. That's one.
Yeah, the only thing with Saliba, and I had a bit of controversy over this. I'm not the greatest. I think David Luiz would be perfect for him next season. And I've been given a lot of crap over that. But I think he needs an experienced centre-half with him. I think if you get too young centre-halves, you might have, unless you pay a lot of money and get a proper centre-half in, I would say David Luiz would be perfect for Saliba next season. But I don't know if you agree with that.
Possibly he's got the experience, but David Luiz sometimes, he's a guy that leaves his post.
I know. But what I'm trying to say is we need someone with experience to coax him along, for one.
Yeah.
Because I think the young kid, it's not. Everyone is expecting this superstar to emerge. It's not.
You're right.
This is the Premier League, mate, and I tell you what, it's not easy.
Jib says 10 games Arsenal had left. How many games Arsenal would have to win to get into the Champions League, Robbie and Claude? If Emery had left sooner, Arteta came in, where would we be now? That's true. We sacked Emery 6 weeks too late.
No, we should have got rid of him in Baku, after Baku. And you all know, you as well, Robbie.
We won't let it go at you.
No, you wanted him. Give him time. He should have gone after Baku, right?
No, you sure I said give it? Yeah, I did say give him time. I did.
Yeah, no, but all I'm trying to say is, if he would have got rid of him in Baku, Arteta would have had the whole summer to do what he had to do, and I think he would have. I think maybe he might be in a better. But then again, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think we would have been in a better position, and I think we'd be challenging now.
Okay. Liam says, how come we're struggling with defence and we buy a defender and loan him straight back to his team? Whose decision? And of course, in recruiting. Of course, he's on about Saliba. We loaned him straight back.
Yeah.
I think that was the only way they were going to do the deal.
Go through that, wasn't it? That's the only way. Who would know what he might have struggled as well, because he come into a team that wasn't under Emery as well. A young kid under Emery, and could have been a bit of a rough ride for him. So I think we've done the right thing there.
Z says Kroenke's teams haven't won anything in 10 years across the board. Excuse me. He says those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it.
But I'm gonna say to you again, we sold him he came in and he said he came in and said this club is an investment for me. Yeah. He even came in and said, I'm not interested in winning. I'm not that interested about trophies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You would be about don't blame him.
So who's the mug that sold in the shares? Because if you sell in the shares, knowing that
you can't keep. He didn't say, no. He didn't say that immediately. He didn't say that immediately. That was a couple of years ago when he said that thing where he said, "Oh, I didn't come to win trophies," and people started tackling him and having a go at him. Right? So
you don't need him to say anything because he's got a history of it. If people studied the history, what is this club studying the history of this bloke? They could see the history. He's using it as an investment.
Yeah, but you're making excuses for him. You're blaming this one and blaming that. He's ultimately
the club for allowing him to take the shit. Oh, Peter Hillwood, I don't want nothing to do with his sort here. And then what happens? Welcome him on board. Do me a favour, please.
Squadron Modini says Prime Cazzola or Fabregas.
That's a mixture of a name, isn't it? Fucking Squadron man, do it, Maldini.
Cazzola or Fabregas?
One top-class defender and one, Prime Cazzola or Cazzola all day long. Don't get me started on Fabregas. I hate him.
Fabregas was brilliant, though.
I hate him, though. I hate him.
You hate him?
I hate him, what he done to us. Don't like that.
Excuses. See that? That's what
the moment I hated him is when he done that thing with Pepe Reina. So you're not an Arsenal man. Get lost.
Hold on. But you're bigging up. Well, not bigging up, but you're excusing Van Persie. But you're saying you hate Fabregas.
Van Persie didn't want to. Van Persie wasn't offered the contract. That's simple.
I don't.
Fabregas refused to train. Fabregas refused to go to train with Arsenal. He refused to go to Fulham on the last game, rather than be at a Grand Prix. I'm sorry, he's under contract. He's a disgrace. An absolute. He also said, I would never play for Chelsea. I would never play for another English club. What did he do? He played for Chelsea. Sorry. I don't want to talk about him.
If Tierney comes back, would you replace Saka as the main left back? Big Chelsea fan of AFTV from India.
If Tierney comes back and he's fully fit, I'll play Saka further forward. I'll play Tierney because I think they both can complement each other. I think it'll be a great partnership.
Okay. Two more I'm going to get. I'll keep saying that, but there's so many have come in, Claude. Ashan says, what do you think was the starting point of Arsenal's decline?
I think the substitution in the Paris final when he took Pires off, that was the end of Wenger for me.
Right back to there.
I think that was the way. He lost it then. He lost the whole. Yeah.
The start of the decline for me is like really moving into the new stadium.
I think if he'd have kept Perez on, I think we might have been better. I just think he done. I don't know.
That was a tough decision, wasn't it? Because you don't.
Also, that final against Birmingham. I mean, come on, we've beaten them home and away. We've beaten them, murdered them, and in the final, if we'd have played our full team, we'd have won that trophy, and it would have given us a bit of a lift.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
And let's get one more. I'm trying to find one more question that ain't really been asked yet.
Yeah, keep going. We've got time now. What you got?
I ain't had no dinner yet, man. I'm going to eat some food. I've just tried I'm trying to find one comment that no. You've eaten yours a bit, ain't you?
No, I haven't. Not yet. No, yeah.
See?
I've got something in the fridge. I don't know what I'm going to eat.
You got? We having?
I'm going to have something I can put in a microwave. beef stew and dumplings I've got tonight.
Beef stew and dumplings. What, you made it?
Nah, it's one of them ready meals. I ain't got time for all that fucking cooking shit. I mean, you're joking. My I'm not French, you know.
Right, I'm just.
I can't believe you've got a woman at home and he's cooking. I can't believe that.
I enjoy cooking, man. I don't. Well, no, I'm not cooking, but I'm just eating. I need to eat something. I'm starving, man. I mean, remember, I was on that. Both me and you was on a stream before this, and then before that, I was doing something with this South African radio station. I was on that, so I literally ate.
We're clear tonight. We're not no interference. How comes on when I was with Terry? I had all this. I don't understand it.
He was trying to get you off the stream.
I think, yeah, no. That's another thing. I noticed that. Maybe you're right because.
Right, I was just trying to select one that nobody else has really asked yet, because a lot of people asking similar questions.
By the way, I loved how you sat on the fence with old Gunner and DT having a go at each other. I couldn't believe that. You said, "Oh yeah,
no, you've got to be." You know, that was about me letting the two of them have their opinion.
They both had great points, by the way. They both had great points.
Who did you think won the debate?
I don't know. I love them both. I love them both because I love.
So now, who's sitting on the fence now? Look at that. Who's sitting on the fence now? Who won? Who won the debate?
I think it was a draw because I can sit
on the fence. Yeah, a draw.
No, but so you're like me. You're doing the same as me. But what I'm trying to say, I listening to that. You look at the amount of tax that Ozil pays.
No, his tax thing again.
No, if you look at the tax he pays,
yeah,
the amount of tax he pays that goes to the health service, isn't it? If you cut that,
some of it goes to the health service, not all of it.
If you cut his wages down, you're cutting the revenue for the tax system. So there is a point there.
Claude, not all of his money goes to. I keep hearing this, right? Not all of it.
And forget what he does on the pitch, right? That's whatever his wages is not his fault. Because if you're offered, or me, I am offered $300,000 a week to just sit on a pitch, a football pitch, we'd take it, wouldn't we? That's not his fault. That's down to the people that gave him the money. But at the end of the day, if you look at it, in respect, he does give a lot of money to charity.
No, he does. He does great things for charity.
And not being funny, it's not really his responsibility.
No, it's true. It's not.
But
as I said it earlier on Terry's stream, right? For me, because all the other players gave it, he should have did it. I think he made a mistake by not doing it. He just makes himself look bad.
I do love them. I love both of them. I love them to death, but I love them both. I love them both. I love both of them. I've had my run-ins with DT, but at the end of the day, deep down, he's a nice guy. He's just a bit. Sometimes he talks a bit of bullshit, but but at the end of the day, I do like the both of them. I mean, and it was sad to see that this. I don't know. Well, how did you feel that debate? Come on, be honest, though. Come on,
it was a draw.
The verdict. You say it's a draw as well.
No, I'm just copying you. I'm not getting involved.
What's he saying? What do I think of Mott's Beans?
Yeah, this is the last one. Claude, what do you think of Moise Keane's party? I mean, did you see that? Moise Keane, Everton player, had a party. We were supposed to be on lockdown. He had a party. He had girls over, stuff like that, dancing. Shoot on site?
Oh, definitely. More than a shoot. Did they really? All that was a big party, was it? No.
Yeah. Well, he got his it looks like Everton are going to fine him 2 weeks' wages. They're really angry at him because basically he had a party at his house, invited some girls over, filmed it on Snapchat, sent it to one of his mates. It was a private Snapchat, but it leaked out. And, again, it looks terrible on Premier League players that, at a time like this, where social distancing and that, you're having a party.
Yeah,
he actually, and I think he actually called it a coronavirus party as well. What planet is this guy on?
Yeah, but see, it's money in it, money. They don't care anymore, man. Now, it's not right. I mean, if he can't, why can't people? I mean, just do the right thing for it's, you know, when you think of people that went through the war, what they went through in the World War, that was bigger, you know, a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And they suffer. And we can't sit indoors for fucking 12 or 14 weeks, whatever. I don't understand it. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard, is it, to be honest with you?
Yeah, you're right. Claude, listen.
I haven't got a woman in here and fucking kids fucking running around, so
yeah, all right for you to see.
maybe I'll think different if I did.
Yeah. Listen, as usual, absolute pleasure having you on, mate. Thank you very much.
No, it's been a pleasure, Robbie.
You're the star as always.
If there's anything for this, I'd like to donate it to the NHS.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Yusuf, one last comment here. Yusuf was saying Turkey is making some great players at the moment. Maybe Turkey. There's a guy we've been linked with today from Turkey. They are producing some very good players, Turkey, at the moment.
Yeah, Fakir. It's Fakir's one, isn't he?
No, Fakir. He's French, but I think his parents are. I think
he's a good player.
Is he Turkish? I think he's or Algerian. I'm not sure if Fakir. I think it might be Algerian. His heritage, but I'm not sure.
Turkish. I have to ask Turkish.
Well, Claude, thanks very much, mate. And it's a pleasure getting back on the end of the week. Yeah,
I'll let you get back to.
All right, I'll wipe that. As that guy said.
What are you cooking tonight, by the way? What are you cooking?
I don't know what's for dinner, man. I'm going to go and see now. I think some chicken.
Hey?
What did you say you're having?
Is it in that kitchen that DT and the troops have built for you?
Yeah. That's the supposed kitchen. All right, mate. You take care. That's Claude's absolute legend, as always. Thank you very much for tuning in today. It's been a really enjoyable show, as usual. Always a great laugh when we have Claude on. We'll be back in the morning with the early edition, so make sure you check that out and keep those comments coming in. Really appreciate it. It's been going absolutely crazy with comments tonight. Really appreciate it. Thank you and see you in the morning.